If you've ever sat down at your craft table and thought, now what? This is exactly where I started with this card. And I'm going to show you how to make this easy card first, and then we're going to build it from there. I'm Barb Brimhall, and this is Step It Up Stamping. Today, we are using the Cutest Crew stamp set. It's actually a bundle, which means it comes with coordinating dies. So you can stamp all of these images and then you can die cut them out easily. So no need to cut with scissors if you're like me and really bad at that. There's some really fun sentiments. And then there are also some little other detail stamps like the bird track, the paws, the butterflies that you can use with this set as well. And there are also dies for that. So let's get started. This is what I call the Busy Bee card. And this is a card for those of us that are in a hurry, or if you are a beginner stamper, you can definitely make this card as well. It's on a card base of crumb cake. It's actually, and I haven't decorated the inside yet, it's actually 4 1/4 by 11. And I do have complete instructions for you on how to make all 3 of the cards that I'll be showing you today. So make sure you look in the comments for that tutorial. Okay, so we have a crumb cake base. Then we have a layer of early espresso. And then this layer right here, I am going to lift it up to see if you can see it. See how it kind of looks like a wood grain? Well, that's because it is the Wood Grain Wonders Designer Series paper, which is just so much fun. It just adds detail without you having to do any extra work. And then I have stamped in 𝐏𝐻𝐒 ink, Have the Best Day. And then down here, Happy Birthday. And then I have stamped, this is actually, I believe it's 1 by 4, but that is in the instructions. I have stamped these cute little puppy images. I just think they're so fun. And remember, I'm going to show you the stamp set again. It's all one stamp. So you just ink it up in black ink, stamp it down, super easy. And then you can see I used the little paw prints, additional little stamp image here on the envelope. Now, in this card, I did color them in with our Stampin' Blends, but let's say you don't have Stampin' Blends. You can also use watercolor pencils, markers if you've got them. Any kind of coloring tool will work on this card. So there you have it. Let me lift that up so you can see how adorable those little puppies turned out. And again, this coloring is just all done with blends. Okay, so let's say that you have a little bit of extra time or you want to do a little bit more extra work. This is our worker bee card. I've stepped this up with more wood grain paper. Let me bring the Busy Bee card back in so you can see the difference. So right here and here, I used the wood grain paper, but I also double embossed it with one of the Stampin' Up! Embossing folders called the Birchwood. So very easy to do, but you could see that it gives a lot more depth to that card, right? And then I did add one more color in so that we now have a puppy that is done with smoky slate, which is a light gray. Everything here is done the same though, except for our sentiment. I added it onto another strip of 𝐏𝐻𝐒 cardstock so that it just kind of lifts it up a little bit. And I added some crumb cake baker's twine. So the same kind of card, colored just a little bit differently, not a lot. And let me hold this up one more time so you can see the major addition is that absolutely gorgeous wood grain paper. I used 2 different styles, but this one is embossed with the wood grain embossing folder, 3D embossing folder. All right, you guys ready to see me take it over the top? This is what I like to call our Queen Bee card. You can see that I use the same colors that I did in this card, except now I added a lot more things. Now, again, we've got our wood grain paper, but let me show you something fun about this card. It opens this way. I wouldn't call it a fun fold, but usually when you have a card that's like this, and in the instructions, I tell you exactly how to do this part right here. What was really fun about this is, and this is why I added this piece right here, exactly the same as in our beginner card, but look at the difference. And look at this, guys. See how we did the flag notch here? This card stands up. Isn't that fun? And it stands up because I've made this kind of a leg. So when you put it on your paper, you do want to make sure that it stands. And that's just based on where you place it. So I cut a long strip of early espresso out. That is the same cardstock that we used here, but instead I cut 2 strips and then I die cut them with the pause die. And let me show you this one more time so you could see it. See the pause on the, it's right between the stamp set and the dies. You can see that long die that cuts out the paw prints. Super duper easy to use. I used the same designer papers that I used here. Now this time what I did is here, where it's just stamped on the white cardstock and glued down. This now is stamped and die cut, so you can really see all those puppies on this really pretty designer series paper. And then in addition to coloring the flowers, I also die cut some flowers. So this is a really easy queen bee card. Usually the queen bee cards can be for more experienced card makers, but I think even a beginner could do this card as long as you buy the bundle and have a cut and emboss or die cut machine. That's what this would require, because even though you could fussy cut these out, it would take you a little while, but you could definitely do it. I know there are friends that I have that their favorite thing is to fussy cut things out in front of a TV. That is not me. But if you enjoy that, you could definitely fussy cut these out, but it would require the dies to do these little flowers and the strips of the die cut paws. So isn't that fun? I just think this is such a fun card that any pet owner would love. Don't forget that this set also has little kitties. So you could do this exact same card for the kitten lover in your life, and of course the dog lover, and even the bird watchers out there. We've got that bird image as well. And I think this just makes a really cute birthday card, but there are a lot of sentiments in this stamp set. So you could do a thinking of you, you could do a hello. I mean, there's just a lot you could do with this set. So there you have it, my friends. I'm going to lift my camera up. There we go. That's our queen bee. This is our worker bee right here. And then we have our busy bee card, which is super simple and easy to do. And I think this easy beginner card is super simple, but has a lot of power because of these cute, adorable puppies. And you could color them any way you want. It doesn't matter. So I'd love to know in the comments which one of these is your favorite and which one you'd be most likely to make. Usually that's not the same. A lot of people's favorite is the queen bee, but they'd honestly be more likely to make the worker bee or the busy bee. So I'd love to know. Let me know. Do you know anybody in your life that would love a puppy card? I sure do. I'll be back next week with another Step It Up Stamping. Thanks for joining us today. See you next week. Bye.